on a sunny but very comfortable Sunday afternoon in Sydney. The tradition continues, the 34th Charity Shields, as the Rugby League Premiership inches closer. South Sydney with first use of the football, and Dave Tyrrell gets just beyond his 10-metre line. Up past the 20 now through their captain. Early touch for Adam Reynolds, who fields Kyle Turner. Burgess. That's George Thomas to come off the bench, and there's a mistake. The first error comes in the opening set. A shake of the head from Big George. He'll be disappointed with that. They will set up and run Cardinal and Myrtle at St George Illawarra again. Burgess with Farah looping around. Now Walker out the back, quick hands. Alex Johnston. The Dragons get under his ribcage. Josh McCrone, impressive defensively. Tyrrell, straight and hard. The goal line defence is holding. Now Farah! The Dragons defence doesn't hold long enough to stop Robbie Farah. On the big stage, scoring for South Sydney in his first Charity Shield. What a moment.
Jumps out, sees the space, McCrone slides off. Vaughan can't get a full body onto Farah. You'll see McCrone, he keeps his eyes out to the right. Farah, very experienced, smart play, takes advantage of that and gets the Rabbitohs off the mark.
Career strike rate up towards 85%. And from in front, he takes full value. Sideline, Mick Ennis. What a moment for Robbie Farah.
Yeah, absolutely, boys. Beautiful conditions down here this afternoon. A bit of
Let's go, Georgie!
Adam Reynolds completes with a torpedo bomb, and it will take some catching. And it's dropped as St George Illawarra look into the sun. Nene McDonald had an eternity to think about it, to consider the catch, and then shake his head afterwards.
He certainly did. It was a home ground advantage there for Adam Reynolds. The sun's beaming down in Nene McDonald's face, and as you said, he's dropped it cold, so they're under the pressure, under the pump now.
They are the hardest kicks to take for a back three, for a fullback or a winger. Torpedo, but the ball goes end to end and then it floats right at the end. You could see Nene McDonald thought he had it covered, but right at the last second it floated away from him. It was a tough catch.
It's hot. Robbie, head in.
South Sydney with 60% of the ball so far. Look at the completion rates. That's good as well, up around 90%. And 60% of the time in Dragons territory. Too much time to stop Alex Johnston. He ran that line over and over at training on Thursday, and it opens up for him game day Sunday.
Certainly does. Alex Johnston playing in fullback position, his preferred position, shows his speed and class at the back of a Reynolds pass, goes right to the line. Here it is. Just gives him too much space on the outside there, the defence of the Dragons, and he's just too quick in that situation. The pass was early, plenty of time for Widdop to react, but he just gave him too much space. His outside centre in Lafayette really didn't come in and help Widdop whatsoever. You'll see here, there's just too big of a gap outside of Widdop. Lafayette turns out when he should have really went in and helped Gareth Widdop, and Johnson, well, he's just so quick.
24 metres out, 10 in from the western sideline. It's waved away. In his second season as a Dragon after 6 at the Warriors, and that stint out of the game. McCrone. It's a good line from Frizzell. But good defence from Sam Burgess and Johnston to stop him 10 out. McCrone for Widdop. Back to Jack DeBellin. A big hole opened up, and he's cut down just short. Now McCrone for Packer, who has to fall over the line only, and Big Rusty's pumped up. Straight onto the field and straight over for Russell Packer, a man who didn't score a try last season. He gets one in the pre-season this year.
Does that count? Does that get the monkey off the back?
No, it doesn't. Unfortunately for Packer, it doesn't. But this is the lead-up work. This is where it all started from DeBellin. Runs across to the short side. And then that was really good work from McCrone on a dummy half. He's seen the South Sydney defender coming up. Once again, the run from DeBell on the quick play of the ball. McCrone, good composure, throws a dummy, sees Walker go past the football, and Russell Packer, just on the field not so long ago, comes up with a try, and a welcome try at that.
As we see, a nice try there for Russell Packer. So we'll like to see some more of that from the Dragons forwards.
Widdop adds the extras. Composed play. Josh McCrone allows Russell Packer to go over. Farah takes the tackle from McGuinness, the former South Sydney hooking option. Thomas Burgess. Farah from close range. Walker hitting the ball. Talakai spins his way past the defence and over. The 19-year-olds. 3 games last season and a try scorer in the Charity Shield.
Well, that was just too easy on down the left for the Bunnies, on the right side defence for the Dragons. As we see Talakai just stroll over what would be an NRL try.
There's good work from Farah again. Farah's lead-up work, Cody Walker. Cody Walker was South Sydney Rabbitohs' best player in 2016. I've loved the couple of touches he's had so far today. He made a break earlier, come up with a beautiful pass there for Talakai. Takes the ball right to the line, Cody Walker, and he's also a runner of the football, so he attracts defenders, and it was a good set piece there.
Adam Reynolds kicked them at 75% last season, and he's 2 from 3 this afternoon. You can set the channel 502 and walk away for 6 months, boys.
My house will be on 502 24/7. Can't wait.
Don't forget, guys, there's a designated Queensland show for Queensland viewers, so be sure to tune into that one.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
We'll
get to that later in the broadcast.
Everyone's up,
A mistake from South Sydney. Thomas Burgess. We saw twin George have a moment in the first half, so it's 1-1 between the Burgess twins when it comes to errors.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to win that one. The battle out of the knock-ons between the Burgess brothers.
It's a fine line, isn't it? It's so important to get your team off to a good start, particularly after points and getting a nice quick play of the ball, but you must ensure that you get up and play the ball.
For Widdop. Now Joel Thompson. He'll be thinking try-scoring double now. McInnes. It goes through, arm out to McCrone. And now they run towards the corner. A great pass. Nene McDonald goes over, but what about the offload? The Hail Mary answered by the powers above. Josh Dugan, how did he do that?
Unbelievable pass. Nene McDonald, first try for him this afternoon for the St George Illawarra Dragons. Great talent coming from the Gold Coast Titans. He will add a lot to the attack of the Dragons. But what about this pass from Dugan? Have a look, sit back and admire this. Gets in behind Goodwin. That's unbelievable. Great pass. The ability to get that away and actually put it on the chest of Nene McDonald was just superb. It's all class. This is from Josh Dugan.
As we see here, just his subtleness at the end to straighten up just gets Alex Johnson interested in that tackle and gives him the ability to then have an overlap on the outside. If he keeps going on that same line, he runs into him.
Nene McDonald knows his way over. 10 tries in 23 games last season.
I'm surprised they haven't kicked to him yet. He's so good under the high ball. We've seen that for the Titans. They used to just aim for him. They'd aim for him every set of 6, and most likely he'd score, I'd say, 50% of the time.
There's half a hole. Shut down as Joel Thompson arrives. That is the end of the first 40. South Sydney skipping ahead 10-0. The Dragons coming back at them. But it's the Rabbitohs just in front after the first half of the Charity Shield. The halftime score remains 16-10. Clark passing out the back for Reynolds. And now Crichton. Burgess. It's Thomas. Cook. What a run. inside. Wonderful try from South Sydney. Braden Burns had to complete, but put it down to the inside work. Damien Cook, what a play.
We spoke about, with Michael Maguire, spoke about the injection of Damien Cook and wanting to see his capabilities. We all know the speed he's got. We saw it when he came in to inject Canterbury only 2 seasons ago. And here, flying through the ruck, beautiful play, some markers on the ground, some tied St George defence, and he just accelerates right there, and then beautiful vision. And Braden Burns on the sideline in beautiful position. Here we see Cook again.
It's a
beautiful
kick.
Speed. Banana kick on the run, and Burns right in position and gets himself a beautiful try.
That's a great kick. Burns obviously on the spot, great support play, but to be running the football as he was there
At that speed,
and then to execute a banana kick to land right on the chest of Burns was an incredible play.
As we see Reynolds coming to...
He's kicked 2 from 3 this afternoon. That's his best. 3 from 4. It was a try that deserved converting, and Corey Parker, we get it.
Really pleasing for Paul McGregor to see him hit some balls. We see a beautiful ball there.
Now it is crashing onto a ball given by Russell Packer, the 2 interchange front rowers, going up the middle. McGuinness in at dummy half after a slow play the ball.
Good.
A little bit out of the attacking raid, and here's a chance for South Sydney to race away. Across in cover, Jay Field will catch Cody Walker-Willie. It's a chase that's successful. McGuinness is the man for the Dragons. Bryson Goodwin spinning, getting the ball away. Johnston released the ball as well, and South has stopped 4 metres out.
Numbers right for South.
It was a great chase by Cameron McInnes. Thomas Burgess from close range. He's hard to stop. Jack DeBellin does it. Now they go right. Well, they have the numbers. Threw onto the ball hard. And it's Angus Crichton, the young cherry picker, picking up tries at ANZ. 8 games in his rookie season, just the 1 try, but a big start in the Charity Shield.
Yeah, this was the kick from Jai. Wasn't the best kick, obviously, didn't get past Walker. Walker sprints away. It was a great chase from the St George Illawarra Dragons. You see here they catch him, makes up huge. What needed is to get there. Now, was screaming in the commentary box to go right about 3 plays before this. They eventually got there in the end. It was a good set piece. That's playing square. That's going to the line. Angus Crichton, loved this kid. He can play. Great football player. He'll be huge for South Sydney this year. He's a big body on the edges. He runs great lines. And people have been talking about this kid for a very long time now. And he's got his shot at the back end of last year. And I see him having a big 2017.
Adam Reynolds knocks 2 more points through. Angus Crichton, the 21-year-old.
As we see here, guys, Robbie Farrow's about to take the field again, but we spoke about 5th play options. With 13 minutes to go, a midfield bomb with no chase, certainly not what you're after.
Kyle Turner brushes through, comes to the fullback and is put on his back. Good tackle from Ewan Aitken as Reynolds kicks outside again, looking for Burns, who gets a spectacular double. Keep kicking towards Braden, please.
General, tackle 4. We have a try. Confirm the onside and the grounding.
Yeah,
We've cleared South Sydney's right side kick chase, moving through the grounding.
So I think he gets the football down here. We'll get a clearer look at with this angle as we've gone to the bunker. And there it is. Beautiful work from Burns. Even better work from Adam Reynolds. It was an Adam Reynolds special. It really was. He loves that kick over the top to the right-hand side.
You can see that South Sydney maintained possession and the ball has been grounded. We have a decision going to the board.
What I like the most about this is Reynolds, his confidence. He backs himself. It was a second tackle. He had the numbers on the right-hand side, but he knew it was an easier option. If he put the kick on the dime, which he did, it was the right option. But he also took a gamble by kicking it so early in the tackle count. But beautifully executed, and a great finish again from Burns. What a start from the young fella. He's on cloud 9.
What a story.
Yeah, it's a great story. We saw that through the week. But again, I mentioned there, Braith and Matt, that around that 3 and 4 defender is where that space is. And we saw Kyle Turner expose that only plays before, where he gets that quick play of the ball. Then that allows Reynolds to play on the front foot. And there's very few, himself, Thurston, and the likes, they just see things unfolding. And he could see his winger out there on holding the chalk. And he just runs to the defensive line, the best short kicking game in the comp, and puts it straight on his chest. And a double for the young boy on debut.
When they won the premiership, South, that's where they were at their best.
100%.
Right through the middle, playing square, and they had Isaac Lukey dummy half and being creative in that position. Now they've got Farah, who's been great today,
and Cook can expose that
and
as
Cook
well.
off the bench with that speed at a dummy half. So good signs.
Damien Cook kicking, and now Adam Reynolds kicking. They both kicked for Braden Burns. And the young winger at 20 years of age from Canamble finished as good wingers do. 32-10.
We saw some success early in the game when the Dragons forwards were dropping under their halves, coming back against the grain. We haven't seen that probably since the scoreboard shows it.
Mason Armau goes inside the 10. 2.5 left at ANZ Stadium. Jack DeBellin outside, a long ball finds its mark, and the Dragons go over for their 3rd try.
Yeah, had no impact.
Ewan Aitken. In fact, it's Jason Nightingale over in the corner. A smile on his face, but plenty of work for his teammates to do.
But a lot better. A lot better. A set piece, DeBellin out the back to Widdop. He throws a beautiful pass. They had the numbers. They had a 2-man overlap. He could have thrown it to anyone on this occasion. And I think they would have come up with a try. You could see there, Laffey, if he catches it, he scores. That's what they need to do more of.
Widdop can't add the extras. 32-14. It's been 6 tries to 3. It's George Illawarra's last opportunity with the football in this game. Armau for Widdop, the chip and chase. And through to get the ball. They now come back across field. Nene McDonald. Field puts a little step on, threads his way through, outside, the kick and chase. Still there for St George Illawarra. The ball beats them into touch, despite the run from Tane Milne. And at the end of the Charity Shield, the Shield is still in the grips of South Sydney. For a 5th straight season, they hang on to it. 32-14.